Hi, everyone, and welcome to The Balancing Act. I'm Olga Villaverdi.
And I'm Montel Williams.
Today, we've got great advice for those who suffer from dry eyes.
And insurance, it helps with the final expenses.
And you got junk?
Yeah.
I got a lot of junk. We're going to show you how to get rid of it coming up.
And it all starts right now.
Currently, between 16 to 49 million Americans have dry eyes. We're talking about 5 to 15% of the population. So today we're going to look into dry eye syndrome, what causes it, and ways to alleviate this condition. Joining me today are Anne-Marie Quinville. She is Vice President of Pharma, and also Dr. April Jasper, Doctor of Optometry. Welcome to both of you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Doctor, let me start with you. This is obviously not, just scratching your eye, a little itch, there's pollen in the air. This is something a little bit more serious, if you will, and can really affect someone's quality of life.
Absolutely. It's amazing to me that we have come through a time period of life where people used to think dry eye was only about the older women, my age. And now what we know is the reality is it affects so many. And the symptoms are varied. So the problem of dry eye, one of the problems, is that people have no idea that's what they're experiencing until they come into the office. But I will tell you, it is the #1 reason people make appointments at our office.
Look at that. So what exactly is it and what causes it? What's happening in the eye?
The tear film is the problem. And so what happens is the eye secretes, you have a gland in the upper lid that secretes the watery layer of the tears. The tears has 3 layers. And so the watery layer is secreted. Sometimes there's a problem there, but most often the problem is that the glands in the upper and lower lid that secrete lipid, that's the outer layer of the tears, they're either not functioning right or something that we're doing is stopping that lipid layer from being as effective as it should be.
Okay, so Anne-Marie, let me bring you in. When I hear about this, my first thought is it's just happening to people of our age, right? But no, it's people of all ages?
All ages. And Olga, we're seeing more and more people, younger people, kids, teens, there's more screen time. So they're not blinking enough. You're supposed to blink often, and you're not blinking enough. You're being fixated by these screens. But we're also seeing a lot of people, environmental factors, air conditioning, heating, smoking, and also alcohol.
And these children, these teenagers, again, younger people than we thought, they're experiencing the same symptoms as well?
Absolutely. They're rubbing their eye, not knowing, why they're rubbing their eye, and they're getting tired. They're having blurred vision.
There you go. And it affects them with their reading. Doctor, how is this diagnosed?
The first thing we want to do when patients come in, somebody on my team will ask them about their symptoms. We want to know what exactly are you experiencing. Then we want to know what those risk factors are. You heard some of them just now, but there are some risk factors patients have no idea are related, such as medications that they're taking.
Look at that.
So it could be something they're doing. It could be some medicine that they have to take. It doesn't mean we're going to stop what they're doing. I can't make people change their jobs and stop being on Zoom. But we want to know what's going on so we can help them manage it. The other thing, though, we do next is we look at those eyelids when they're in the exam room. We want to know, is it the lipid layer that truly is the problem? And then we use a fluorescein dye to evaluate the front surface of the eye to see if there's damage that's already been done and to help us to grade the severity of their dry eye disease so we know then what treatments we want to move forward with.
So once a diagnosis is made, Anne-Marie, what options do people have?
There's quite a few options out there. For one, you have a lubricating drop. We offer the Eye Drop MGD. It's a unique preservative-free drop. It is absolutely instantaneous. You put the drop in, you feel relief. It's wonderful. Like Dr. Jasper was telling us, the lipid layer, it gets evaporated, and this is helping it put back in. So every time you blink, you coat your cornea, and it's a wonderful feeling. You have to try it.
Anne-Marie, if someone were to use this, is there maybe a combination with something else that could even help improve the situation?
Pharma offers drops, wipes, a mask, omegas, but also there's a treatment option. It's called EI, and it's an intense regulated pulse light. And what that does is it helps the glands function a lot better.
Okay. Doctor, how is it used? How many drops a day? How many days a week?
I think patients would love to know that there's one way to use a drop, and the reality is it depends on the severity of their disease. Most patients, 1 or 2 drops a day at least. Some patients, it's 4 or 5. The good news is when you have a non-preserved drop, like this is, it keeps us from having any fear about telling you that you need to use it even more than that if necessary.
Feedback from patients, what are you hearing?
Patients are excited to finally have something available that's specific for their type of dry eye. And so knowing that you have something that the doctor has said is right for you and your problems makes a big difference to them.
I was reading here, Anne-Marie, that on the website of iMed, you actually have a dry eye test, which I think is very helpful because, like you said, people are walking around not knowing if they have this diagnosis. What is this and how does it help somebody kind of fill in the blanks, if you will?
Yeah, so when you visit our website, you're able to fill in a test. It's a survey. And this test will be able to tell you, do you have moderate, do you have severe, do you have evaporative? Olga, there's 86% of dry eye sufferers suffer from evaporative dry eye, and that's why you need a lipid in your drop.
I'm looking at the package here, and I see it's made by Pharma, obviously. Been around for a while?
Yeah, we've been around for over 30 years, actually. We're a family-run business, and we innovate, and we do a lot of research and development. And what that means is we come out with the cutting-edge products on the market.
So this is very unique as opposed to, doctor, those drops that you see over the counter?
So many times patients just go to whatever has the prettiest box. Not that iMed doesn't have a pretty box. However, the challenge is it may not be what's right for them.
Exactly.
And that's so important to know. What type of dry eye do I have? How bad is it? What treatments are available? And the doctors really need, and we do tell them exactly what products are right for them.
That's fantastic. Doctor, kind of to wrap it up, I'm sure you just know hundreds of patients, but anyone that comes to mind that just after using eye drop just thought, my gosh, thank you, my life has just changed.
And so the great news is for patients that have come in, I can tell you there was one that was really struggling just to get through the day. And with eye drop, what she was able to find was that she could use the drop, she could maintain her great appearance, as well as make sure that she could see and actually do the things she needed to do.
That's fantastic. For our viewers who'd like more information, Anne-Marie, where can they go?
imedpharma.com, and you can see the difference.
There you go. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
And if you'd like more information, go to our website, thebalancingact.com. Today, final expense insurance, why it could be your most important decision. Joining me is Mark Mead of Family First Life. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Olga. I'm happy to be here.
Let's talk about final expense insurance. Why is it so important, Mark?
It's very important to have final expense insurance. You know, at that age, you know it's not going to last forever. And I've been to homes where I've had to deliver death checks. I've been to homes where there haven't been death checks, where there's been a GoFundMe account, or there's been some type of hat handed out at a funeral. I've seen the worst of the worst. I've seen the best of the best. The best situation is when there is coverage in place for the loved ones that are going to remain, so they can, you know, have their family members die with dignity and not have to worry about digging in their pockets to figure out how to cover final expenses.
Absolutely. Now, a lot of people would say, yeah, that makes perfect sense, Mark, but they think, well, it's too hard to get or maybe too expensive. Is that true or false?
Very false. It's a very simple process, okay? We actually come to your home, we explain it to you, we go over it with you. It's non-medical. So people with all different types of conditions can get it. And, you know, a lot of times, you know, we have clients that have a condition and they think that they're not able to get it because of that condition, but that's not true either. We can get anybody covered, so it's amazing.
And is everyone eligible for this, or are there certain requirements?
We've got a product now that goes to 90, so 50 to 90, you can get coverage, and it's pretty simple. I mean, everyone can get coverage, and there's medical conditions that people, again, think is going to be an issue, and they're not. So it's pretty simple to do, simple process.
And I can only imagine when someone does have this insurance and the unfortunate happens, when you come to deliver, like you said, that check, again, it's not all about money, but it's peace of mind, right? They must be so relieved.
Oh, I mean, the stories I can tell you of people that I actually came to the house after the death and just, we reminisce, there's always tears, but right after the emotions, is the finances, that the bill collectors don't stop. So having that is true peace of mind for the clients and the families.
Absolutely. It's just a reality check.
It's true.
Mark, where can our viewers go to learn more about Family First Life?
Very simple, just go to familyfirstlife.com. You can find all the information you want on final expense insurance or any other coverages that we have. Very simple process, all the information's there.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
And if you'd like more information, super easy, just go to our website, thebalancingact.com. Are you ready to stick to that New Year's resolution to declutter your home? Brian Scudamore, 1-800-GOT-JUNK founder and CEO, joins us virtually with tips to help us achieve our goals. Hi, Brian. How are you?
I'm awesome, Olga. How are you?
I'm doing great. I got to tell you, one of the happiest moments for me when the new year comes is to honestly just grab everything I don't want and just get rid of it. So no matter how big or small, when it comes to our decluttering, you're the ones I hear to call. So tell me more about this.
Yeah, I'm like you. I can't stand clutter. I don't like a cluttered desk, a cluttered mind, a cluttered home. And so we come and remove people's junk, and we make it easy. Our mantra is you just point and junk disappears. It's almost like magic. Someone picks up the phone and calls 1-800-GOT-JUNK, and you've got two friendly uniformed drivers that show up, and they'll go through the home and haul away whatever junk you would like to get rid of.
All right, Brian, I'm loving this. So tell me how it works.
It's simple. Someone picks up the phone and they call 1-800-GOT-JUNK, or they book online at 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com, and two very friendly uniformed drivers will show up in a clean, shiny truck, and they'll take a look at what items you have that you need hauled away. We'll walk you through the process. We'll let you know upfront what it'll cost, and as long as you're happy, there's no obligation, and before you know it, we'll load them into the truck. We'll recycle the recyclables, donate the donatables, and we've hauled away some pretty weird stuff.
And you don't have to have it in one certain area. You could just point and here and there, and you guys just grab and go?
It literally is like magic. All you have to do is point. You walk us through your home, your garage, your attic, wherever the junk might be, and we'll make junk disappear.
Really? Tell me some of them, because, you know, they say one man's junk is another's treasure. I can only imagine some keepsakes that you have found.
We've taken away a Hamburglar mask, a wooden spider sculpture, a large bone, a military tank replica, lots of weird junk.
I know you've been doing this for a pretty long time. We have a picture of you, if you don't mind me sharing with our viewers. Maybe you were 20 way back when, that old Ford. I mean, that's how it got started?
I was a high school dropout. Now, this became my way to pay for college. I bought a truck, started hauling junk as the rubbish boys, and off we went. And today we're in 160 franchise markets. We're in Canada, the United States, Australia. We love what our franchise partners have built with us.
Such a great idea. For our viewers, Brian, and I would say it's a pretty easy number to remember, but why don't you remind us where we can call in case we have all that junk we want to get rid of?
It's the easiest phone number in the world. I promise you will not forget it. 1-800-GOT-JUNK, or you can book online at 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com and check to make sure we service your area, but we are across the country and most likely do.
Great stuff. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Olga.
And if you'd like more information, you can also just go to our website, also very easy, thebalancingact.com.
Well, if you're looking for an all-inclusive luxe-adventure experience, then we've got some great news for you. Mr. Alberto Aliberti, president of Atlas Ocean Voyages, is here to tell us more about a new style of travel, one that's completely first class, world first class, and very, very, very safe. Thanks so much for being here, sir.
Thank you, Montel.
Absolutely. Tell us about this new approach that you have to this unique cruising of the world.
What we've done is we've taken a very important segment in the cruise industry, which is the ultra luxury segment, but we've added a bit of a spin, a bit of a modernization, because now what we call it is luxe-adventure. And that means that we take what used to be maybe even a little bit of a boring experience for some people. We've made it into the 21st century, where now you have excitement, you have still the luxury elements, but you also have a list of destinations that's completely unique and a list of activities that are definitely unique. A person who's maybe even an experienced cruiser will be able to come engage deeply into the location with like-spirited travelers, but do so in an environment that's top in the world.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, intimate, exclusive is one thing, but you're also safe.
We're very safe. We're safe. We're a completely brand new design ship, just launched for operations last month. And our ships meet all the highest green standards in the world. And on board, we're designed to be cooperative with the current demands of this COVID environment. Social distancing is important, but we only carry 190 guests in a 140-meter ship.
Wow, well, I mean, this is the World Navigator right here, right? This is the first of your class of ships that you've got now with Atlas Ocean Voyages. Tell us a little bit about her and the crew.
World Navigator, it's 140 meters long. It's small, but with only 190 guests, that's a fantastic space. It's the first of 5, and it's also expedition capable, which means we're going to be able to take you to places like Italy, where, for example, you can toboggan down a canyon outside of Florence. We can also go to Antarctica, which we do. We are a luxury cruise line, so what we do unique is that we fly our guests to Antarctica in a private jet so that they get right onto the ship safely, and then we enjoy anywhere from 9 to 14 days in the Antarctic region.
You got, what, about 100 crew members? So it's like, what, one crew member per person, right?
Correct. It's 100 crew, and sometimes it is as good as 1 per person. And what happens with that is they're able to direct the people to these wonderful things ashore. We have some fantastic, exciting adventures ashore such that you don't get on other cruise ships. For example, did you know that when you go to Florence, outside of Florence, you can actually body toboggan through the canyons of the local mountains?
Lux is really one of the major considerations, right?
When you come cruising with us, you don't have to reach for your wallet. Everything is included in the price, including your airfare, and also all the drinks on board, all the tips on board, shore excursions. You just come on to enjoy the destination and enjoy the ship.
And if our viewers wanted to hear more, where do they go to get more information?
It's very easy. The company is Atlas Ocean Voyages, and it's atlasoceanvoyages.com.
Absolutely. And of course, you know, you can always go to our website, thebalancing.com, to get more information. I can't say thank you enough for being here, sir. Our viewers are really going to love this.
Thank you so much, Montel.
Well, thanks so much for joining us today.
Remember to head to our Instagram page and like us, our Facebook page, like us. Follow us on Twitter.
You just got to like us socially everywhere, you know. Stay safe, love that family of yours, and we'll see you next time.